What's up, you movie collecting maniacs, and welcome back to the Lucid Nightmare. I'm your host, as always, Jay Schatzer, and it is time for another Quickie movie haul video. I have some great stuff to show off, stuff that just came in, stuff that's been hanging on the pile for a long time, waiting for its chance to get into the limelight and be shown off. But yeah, let's jump into it and see what I have to show you guys this time. Starting up is a Criterion release of a movie that I've never seen before, embarrassingly. I've always wanted to check it out because I'm a huge David Cronenberg fan. Love all the stuff that I've seen of it, but for some reason, this one, and I mean, I haven't seen Eraserhead either. So two of his most famous ones I've not seen, but I've seen everything else. But the movie I'm talking about here in this video right now is Naked Lunch. And, yeah, I know it's a really strange one, but, I've really wanted to check this one out because, the Peter Weller, is just an amazing actor, and he's the main dude in this one, dealing with all kinds of weird shit. And yeah, I just watched, I've seen it before, but Adventures of Buckaroo Banzai. I watched that one on Amazon Prime a couple days ago and just got me in a Peter Weller kind of mood, and then picked this one up. And I think also I got another Peter Weller film in this pile, believe it or not. But Naked Lunch definitely looks really interesting. I don't know too much about it other than from what you can kind of glean from the trailer and different stills, but looks insane. But I mean, that's a David Cronenberg film. But this is a Criterion release, like I said, and Criterion always delivers the goods when it comes to quality presentation and just the whole overall package. So looking forward to checking this one out. I've been really itching to watch it recently, so glad that I can finally get a chance to do that. And now that I'm also glad it's in the collection, because I've never had it before. Strangely enough, I have all these David Cronenberg films, but not Eraserhead and Naked Lunch. So I have to get Eraserhead. I did have an opportunity to pick it up, but I had all this other stuff that I was buying, so I put it on the back burner for later. But got Naked Lunch, so can't complain. Well, let's move it on to a very interesting film that I don't know anything about. It's a Romanian animated science fiction film from, I don't know when, it is from 88, so it's late 80s. And I have a film, from the same creators. It's called, what is it called? Delta Space Mission. And that one was really interesting, very surreal and psychedelic, I guess, and very just, it's a different, distinct style. And it looks like this movie is the same kind of cup of tea. It is The Son of the Stars, and looks really interesting. And if it has any bit of flavor as the Delta Space Mission, then I'm gonna enjoy it, because that one was a very unusual and unorthodox kind of sci-fi animated film. It's just really interesting, really sticks with you. Just the animations, it's hard to describe. I mean, from what you can tell here, it's just very strange. But really love the animator and the animation of the film, and I'm hoping it carries over to this one. I think there's another film in this kind of vein that who put this one out? This is Crocodile, right? Deaf Crocodile? Yeah. Deaf Crocodile put this one out, and I know they have another, like a third animated film that I believe it's the same creators of Deep Space Mission and this one. So I'm gonna be checking that one out, or picking it up for the collection. But it looks really interesting. And I do have a video on a Delta Space Mission that's more of just kind of like the visuals with music going with it, just to kind of give you a taste of what it's like. So check that video out if you want to get a kind of an example of what this could be. So I might do the same for this film if it catches my attention. But yeah, The Son of the Stars, pretty interesting looking Romanian sci-fi animated film. And first time in the collection because I don't think it's ever been released anywhere in the US. So there you have it. But next up is a ridiculous, and I'm going to say it's late 80s on this one or early 90s. It's a blur when this one came out. But I always would watch it when it was on TV. I don't see a year anywhere on it. But the movie I'm talking about is Harry and the Hendersons. And if you ever grew up around this time when it was on TV, it was on a lot. And I would watch it every time. It's such a ridiculous premise. I'm a fan of Bigfoot and Sasquatch horror movies. But I'm also a fan of comedy family movies with the big lovable Sasquatch in it. And John Lithgow is in this one as the dad, and he's amazing as usual. I don't think he does a bad performance, which is strangely enough, he was in Buckaroo Banzai as well. So a lot of different things coming together here. But Harry and the Hendersons, just a ridiculous fun film about a family who runs over a Bigfoot in their road trip and then takes it back home thinking it's dead, but then it comes to life and it becomes part of the family, and they have to try to keep it secret because there's a whole organization after this guy. It's ridiculous now that I say it out loud. But that's Harry and the Hendersons. Totally ridiculous, but a lot of fun, and glad it's in the collection because I've never owned it prior on any other format. Strangely enough, I don't know. I don't even know if it's ever been released before on DVD, so this might be the first time it's available for people to own. I'm not sure. I don't know much about Harry and the Hendersons, other than that it's enjoyable and fun. But let's move it on to a very, very interesting later 90s. Well, I'm going to say 96, 97, but I'm not sure. This is just me feeling it out. And of course, it's not going to tell me when this came out, but the movie I'm talking about is 12 Monkeys. And this one is fantastic. With an amazing cast. You got Bruce Willis, you got Madeline Stowe in there, and you've got Brad Pitt, and just a amazing story and concept from Terry Gilliam. But I know it's also based off of a short film that I can't think of the name of, but it's all presented in still frames, and I've never had a chance to watch it. I know it's a French film. I want to say it's like Je le jouet or something like that. But this one's awesome, really cool. It's got that Terry Gilliam style in it throughout, with a lot of cool like kind of time traveling elements to it. It's very hard to explain. I know a show came out for it, the 12 Monkeys show. I've never seen that one. I've heard good things, but yeah. Arrow Films put this one out, or Arrow Video, I don't know, I always say films. Arrow Video put this one out, and like always, they do an amazing job in their releases, which is why I'm pretty much purchased this one, because I have it on Blu-ray already. I don't know who put it out, but I wanted to upgrade it to this one because I know Arrow Video is top-notch when it comes to presentation and all that. So, double dipped on this one, so I have it on DVD, Blu-ray, and now Blu-ray again in this form. But yeah, 12 Monkeys, awesome stuff. I believe I reviewed this one years and years and years ago, and for some reason you've never heard of it before, definitely check the review out because this one's awesome. It's very, very inventive, very creative, and not your typical film in general. It's not your typical sci-fi, not your typical time travel kind of film. It's very grounded in reality, but very out there in concept. It's hard to explain, but it's amazing and can't recommend it enough. So I'm happily double dipping on this one. But let's move it on to a totally different kind of film. Kind of. It's 1987 was when it was released, and I think it goes by another name, but I'm not sure what it is. But the movie is Alien Predators, and from the title and the look of the stupid cover, you don't really think much about it, but the movie's actually pretty entertaining and fun. It's got that 80s vibe to it, but also kind of like a Body Snatchers concept. It's like it surrounds these young kids, young group that go on kind of like a cross-country Euro road trip, and they're in this town. I don't know if it's in, I don't know where it's at. Does it even say on here? Spanish town. So they're in this Spanish town, and all kinds of weird stuff start happening. They get stranded there in kind of like a lab with a lot of weird experiments going on. Something releases and infects people, and they're pretty much trying to survive. It's very strange and weird how not a lot of people talk about this one. It's kind of under the radar, but it's one of those ones that could have been a, you know, a cult classic if enough people talked about it. But I enjoyed it a lot. I was actually debating on doing a review on it because I've just never heard anyone, not a single soul, talk about this film. And I would like to know what the alternate title, I know there's another title to it, but I can't think of what it is off the top of my head. But really cool film. It's got the chick from Watcher in the Woods. I don't remember her name, but Lynn Holly Johnson. She was also in For Your Eyes Only. But yeah, interesting film. It definitely has that kind of European Spanish vibe to it, though I believe it's an American production. But the effects are cool, practical effects. Just like the story is interesting to follow, and like I said, it's got a lot of that kind of body snatchers kind of feel to it. It's hard to pin it down. This movie's very weird, and not your typical kind of 80s horror. But Alien Predators, horrible name, enjoyable movie. And first time in the collection because I don't believe it was ever released anywhere. But next up is a movie that I'm extremely curious to watch. It's been on my radar for a long, long time. I want to say, what country is this? I thought it was South Korea, but I don't know. Off the top of my hand, it's not telling me anywhere. Why the hell is it not telling me? But the movie is, it's supposed to be extremely, extremely disturbing, and I don't really know what to take away from that. I asked my friend, but I didn't want to go into details because I just want to watch it kind of on my own without any kind of spoiler, I guess, for it. The movie is The Sadness, and I don't know. I mean, it's a zombie movie that's extremely brutal. That's the legend that's building around this film, I guess. And yeah, it just looks like extremely intense and violent, and I don't know what's disturbing about it. I'm hoping it's just in the gore and brutality of it. I don't really want to have any weird I don't know why I'm thinking weird shit like the oh my god, what's that movie, Old Boy. I don't like the twist at the end of Old Boy because I think that's just weird and perverse, and it ruins the movie for me. It's a beautifully shot movie, but I don't want any weird incest in this. And I don't know why I keep thinking that that's what the disturbing part is in this movie, or something to do with kids. I don't want that. So I'm hoping it's just the brutality and the violence factor that makes it disturbing. But we'll see. It's got a really good like word of mouth. People are talking about it, so I don't know what to expect. But I wanted to pick it up, and I got this for a steal. I got this along with Naked Lunch from somebody, and it was cheaper than if I would have bought one of these separately. I don't really know why they were selling it for so cheap, but I wasn't questioning it, and I picked it up. But The Sadness, ever since I heard about this movie, I've been wanting to check it out. So I hope it's as good as I heard. But we'll see. Crazy stuff, though. It reminds me of Train to Busan. That's what it kind of looks like, with the just crazy zombies running around. But yeah, very, very interested to check that one out. And first time in the collection. And this is an all-region release, but I don't know who released it. It might be a Canadian release. I don't know, but it's an all-region release because it's just, for some reason, they're taking their sweet time bringing this over to the States, because I haven't seen an official release date even announced. But let's move it on. Got two more to go, and this one is the other Peter Weller movie that I mentioned prior in the beginning of the video. It is the amazing, stupendous, and crazy science fiction satire on violence and craziness. It is RoboCop. And I've owned this a bunch of times on different formats. But like I said, with the 12 Monkeys, picked up the Arrow Video release because Arrow Video is awesome. And yeah, I just wanted the complete best version of this movie. And RoboCop's a classic. If you haven't seen it, Paul Verhoeven. How do you say this name? Verhoeven. It's one of those names you only say in your head. You never say it out loud. So it's a lot different saying it out loud than in your head. But Verhoeven, awesome filmmaker. Pick up anything of his, no matter what it is. But RoboCop is badass. And I know even if you didn't grow up in the era of RoboCop, like the name RoboCop sounds stupid and corny, but watch the movie. It's brutal and violent as all hell. And just very smart satire. Really awesome stuff. Definitely check it out. Characters are amazing. Peter Weller does awesome. The main bad guy in this one is awesome as hell. So many iconic scenes. Just a great film in general. That's why I double, triple, quadruple dipped on this one. But RoboCop, what can I say? That hasn't been said before. It's awesome. But there it is. And there it goes. Last but not least is a sci-fi movie that kind of came out of nowhere. It wasn't based on a property. It was kind of low. It was a low budget film, but it did very well at the box office and kind of made its main actor a household name. The movie I'm talking about is Pitch Black with Vin Diesel. And this is the original. I know they made... Did they make 3 of this? Is this a trilogy? I can't remember. The third one's a blur if it came out. I've seen them all in the theaters, but do not remember the third one. But this one... I think this one's the best of the films because it sticks to basics. It's just kind of a survival... people stranded on a planet trying to survive. It's got the Vin Diesel's character is kind of the bad guy anti-hero where they need him. He's like a prisoner, but they need him because he's such a badass to help them survive. Just a really cool film. And like I said, one that came out of nowhere because nobody really knew the director or it wasn't a property that anyone was familiar with because it was original. But yeah, awesome film. And I have it on DVD, but I do not believe I have this on Blu-ray. So this is a upgrade in that department. But yeah, fun film. And it's one I haven't watched in a long, long time. I mean, I watched it in the theaters and then I might have watched it once or twice after that since then. So it is definitely one that I'm going to need a refresher on. But yeah, I'm trying to think of what the year is on this one. I can't remember. Sounds like it's all a blur in this time period for me. Like it all blends together. Like I could mistake it for a late 90s, early 2000s, but it's probably a little bit later than that. I'm not sure. Pitch Black, I'm not sure. Good stuff. But that is going to be it for me in this video. Let's see. Ooh, so a lot of good ones. Yeah, a lot of good ones in here. But that's going to be it for this video. I don't know how to end this. I'm embarrassed. But hope you enjoyed that one. Hope it got something in there that you'd like to check out, or just a movie that you're reminded that's in your collection that you want to watch. And yeah, we'll just keep trucking, keep moving along. I got a little bit more editing to do on a video for... Holy shit, why am I blanking on what the title... Oh, Lady Frankenstein. Got that one coming out, video review. And that should be out just as soon as I get it done rendering. And then a few more down the pipeline of movies that I've checked out and loved and want to show it to you guys. So, yeah, fun never stops. But that's it for me. Hope you enjoyed that video. And I hope you like what I'm doing here. If you do, please like and subscribe. And if you have time, leave a comment below because, gosh darn it, I love hearing from you guys. But until then, I will see you all at the next time, or the next time I'm in front of a camera talking about movies. So stay safe, stay out of trouble, and I will see you later. Now go on, get out of here. Just go away.